Hey everybody, 2 days in a row and you're going to get a video from me. John Clauser here from My Music Corner um, with another little quick video. This is really just to test a new mic of mine. So I hope, again, this sounds a little better. I just didn't like my straight computer microphone. So I wanted to get something a little new and different. And I'm just trying something right now. So thought, well, let's make a video with it. So, um, couple of recent pickups I've done here. Um, so I picked up a CD version and a vinyl version of this. So this is a 50th anniversary of Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield. Now, Mike does not have anything to do with this recording. It is recorded, however, um, by the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, a choir for voices, as well as a top session band for like electric guitars and bass and things of that nature. Um, I also picked up a vinyl version of this. So take a look at that. I've never been into like the colored vinyl or anything like that, but I'll tell you what, that just really looks pretty. Um, and it sounded really good. I think um, I think I described it to somebody as glorious. So let me show you the vinyl. So this is the vinyl copy. Here's the gatefold. Okay. So you have some, sorry for the grainy picture, but the inside there. Let's see. The Master of Ceremonies, for those who know the Tubular Bells recording, the original recording, you will know that there's a section where toward the end of the piece where you hear a voice and it introduces certain instruments. On the very first one was a fella by the name of Viv Stanshall. I had to remember how exactly his last name. Viv Stanshall was the singer for the the Doodah Dog Band. Oh boy, I just butchered that up. I can't remember it now. Anyway, they were a British band. They would be featured on the um, um, a pre-Monty Python show called Do Not Adjust Your Set. Also featured Neil Innes. Anyway, it sickens me that I can't remember the full name. I know it's something Doodah Band, but Doodah Dog Band or something like that. But anyway, so he does all the different instruments introductions. When Mike Oldfield re-recorded this in 2003, he got John Cleese to do that, and of course, from Monty Python. So in this version, you have a fella named Brian Blessed, and he was a character in, I believe, the 1980 movie Flash Gordon. He was also in a show called Black Adder. So anyway, but I just listened to the original. There's the second album that comes with this features the a piece of music that Mike Oldfield does called Omadon. It's part one, and then the last side has an excerpt from the Hergest Ridge part, and then another piece of music called Moonlight Shadow. So when I was at my little record store earlier today, Seasick Records, whom I got the turntable with, I came across this. This is Tubular Bells, the first one. I believe this is a reissue, I see something about it being remastered. This is on Epic. So this was a later reissue. The original issue is on Virgin Records. It was the first release on Virgin. But anyway, I always kind of wanted to get a copy of the original because I love this. My sister has it, and she has an original. I'm pretty sure she has an original Virgin Records. So, but I also picked up Hergest Ridge. And what Mike Oldfield was known for doing is basically his pieces of music would be an entire side. So, and I believe this is no different. Yep, you got the you have the Buddha Records label here for this, which was Buddha. I guess not the Buddha, but it was the Virgin Records label. So this is a side one, side two, full piece. So I believe I have heard this. It's been a little while, so I'm looking forward to hearing this again. And kind of cool to get it on vinyl. And this one is a Virgin Records version. So, but yeah, I like Omadon. I have a copy of that, and I really think that's just a beautiful piece of music. You feel like you're kind of in the Shire with Lord of the Rings. But anyway. So some other things I picked up real quick. Picked up this. I actually had this way back in the day. Fastway, All Fired Up. I love this album. I have always been a big fan of this album for whatever reason. I tended to go to this one probably more than their debut. I don't know why, but I just like this album. The title track is great. I love Misunderstood, Steal the Show, Station, Nonstop Love. If You Could See Me, The Stranger. I mean, there's just so many. This is just a great rock and roll album. I always enjoyed this. So I have it on CD, but I thought, you know what? I found that. I'm going to grab that. So here's another interesting find I picked up. And I'm not totally sure if I actually have this. So Iron Butterfly. This one's called Scorching Beauty. So this album features, and yeah, it's a cutout, but this one features, let's see, which of the original members are still on this one? You have Eric Braun, who was the guitar player. You would know him, especially on In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Let's see, who else is on this one? Ron Bushy is on it on drums. Phil Kramer on bass. There's a story with him where he disappeared, and I don't think his body has ever been found. Trying to see. This does not have Doug Innes on it. Yeah, this just has Eric Braun on guitar and vocals. Of course, Ron Bushy, Phil Kramer, Howard Wrights I guess is how you pronounce it. Anyway, is on the keyboard. So yeah, Doug Innes is not on this album. Doug Innes, of course, being what I would call the main voice of Iron Butterfly. And I think it's really cool. This is still sealed. So I don't know how old this particular version is, but pretty cool that I found a sealed copy. A band I would really like to do a deep dive into because I have their catalog. I don't have hardly anything on vinyl, but I have everything of theirs on CD, and I've always liked this band, Saga. And I believe this is their second album, if my memory serves me correctly, called Silent Night. And this is pretty cool. A Bays Records version too. So again, I don't know the actual pressing sequence for this, but again, Saga has always been a favorite band of mine. I've always liked their sound. You probably noticed I've been doing a lot of. I have been doing some April wine shows with Grant on Grant's Rock Warehouse, featuring Tim Durling, and a couple of other folks. And so I found this one, April Wine live at the El Macambo. I don't know. I don't have any. I don't really have any of their live albums, and I thought, why not? This was a clean copy. I thought I'll go ahead and pick this one up just to hear what it sounds like. Seemed like a good idea. And I've heard a couple of guys that I know talk about this one a little bit. And I'll be honest, I'm a very casual fan when it comes to this band. I only know like a couple of albums, and even them are kind of light. And I know obviously some big hits. So I'm going to go taste the band. Deep Purple, Come Taste the Band. So this album obviously has David Coverdale and Glenn Hughes, Tommy Bolin on guitar. This would be his era of the band. So I guess this is what Mach 3 or Mark 4, something like that. I don't know. You Deep Purple fans can correct me on that one, but I don't know. This one looked nice and clean. I thought as far as the cover goes, I thought it looked pretty nice. It looked like in good shape. There's the inside. Oh, and they did so I don't know, again, I don't know if that's the original, but whoever had this copy made did an extra sleeve, so kept the sleeve nice and neat, so that's good. So I'm looking to expand my Deep Purple horizon a little bit, so we'll see what that sounds like. So anyway, so there you go. That is one other thing I'm gonna show this while I have a second. So I picked this up recently. Well, not recently. This one I picked up probably about a year or so ago. And this one I actually got from the brothers Gallagher of Raven. And I never took the time to actually look at the vinyl. I didn't realize how this looked. So now this is an album called Glow. So there's side A. Look how this is pretty. I really need to play this in the dark because apparently this is a glow in the dark vinyl. But yeah, this is their album called Glow. It is not an easy album to come by. This came out in the mid '90s, so there's probably a little bit of a Seattle vibe to it, I guess. But it still has a lot of Raven feel and touches about it. And after listening to this on vinyl, I really kind of dug this album. So I'm really kind of a lot more than I did when because I have a CD of it, but it's a bootleg. It's a Russian bootleg. So its sound quality was still fine, but I just thought, they were offering this signed copy, like a very limited quantity. When I through the Raven Lunatics group, and so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get this. I don't have anything to play it on yet, but by golly, I'm gonna get it. So it was cool because it is like I said, it's signed by both Mark and John Gallagher, and I actually got to see those guys in concert a couple months ago. Got to hang out a little bit with them after the show. Got pictures with all three members of the band, which was a major highlight of my life. I've always been a fan of Raven, and I've been meaning to go deeper into their catalog. I have all their albums, and I think it's high time that I really spend some serious time with it. So there you go. All that being said, that was I wanted to do that quick little video. Again, testing a new microphone. I hope you guys have a wonderful 2023 coming up. Thank you for a great 2022. Let's keep on going with it. John Clauser here, Johnny Metal, the Metal Dad, whatever you want to call me. My music corner of the world. All right. Have a great one. We'll see you next year. I promise.